Thank you, ma'am. I will now request the President of CDPD, Professor Sanjukta Dasgupta, for her remarks.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. We have been looking forward to this meeting for a very, very long time, and that we could meet face to face, an in-person meeting. So, welcome to the first in-person event of Colloquy, Development and Policy Dialogue, which has recently turned 3 years old. We are truly honored and humbled as we welcome Professor Shomik Bandyopadhyay, an acclaimed bibliophile, a distinguished public intellectual whose phenomenal collection of more than 40,000 books is an integral part of real-life Kolkata stories, the Addas, that sets our city apart. As we look forward to the talk to be delivered by Professor Shomik Bandyopadhyay, we are sure to learn from his scholarly arguments about the cultural landscape of 2025, for increasingly many intriguing questions seem to rise in our minds as we live from one challenging day to the other, caught between the dream of utopia and the nightmares of dystopia. As is well known, Gayatri Spivak's book, Aesthetic Education in the Era of Globalization, regraphs the journey in the 21st century of academia. Spivak emphasizes that in the contemporary era of globalization, how relevant and relatable are the roles of humanities and aesthetic expression in navigating the complexities of a globally interconnected world. Spivak argues that aesthetic education, which cultivates the imagination and critical thinking, is essential for promoting global justice and democracy in the face of globalization's homogenizing forces. It involves engaging with diverse cultural expressions, understanding the unevenness of globalization, and developing the capacity to critically analyze and respond to the challenges. Also, with a different perspective, Professor Martha Nussbaum's slim monograph, really slim, not for profit, emphasizes the importance of humanities in a technology-ridden world that discourages philosophy, dreams, imagination, and deep discourse, the fields of critical thinking and creativity. So what does it mean to live in a world where thinking is criminalized, where discussion is suspicious, books are burned? Remember book burning in Turkey in 2016, and attention itself is a threat. Apart from Aldous Huxley's Brave New World and George Orwell's 1984, recently literary critics have drawn our attention to Ray Bradbury's, an American novelist, novel Fahrenheit 451, first published in 1953, that offers a chilling answer, not just as fiction, but as a mirror held up to our own world. In Bradbury's story, books are more than information. They are symbols of resistance, imagination, and critical thought. Their burning represents not only censorship, but the systematic erasure of ambiguity, complexity, and dissent. In Fahrenheit 451, firemen burn books to protect a society obsessed with comfort and speed. Bradbury's novel critiques censorship, conformity, and the aesthetic flattening of thought. Interestingly, in stark contrast, the film director Ramin Bahrani's 2018 film version of Ray Bradbury's novel transposes the story to a digital dystopia. Books are replaced by screens and rebellion is coded as data. The firemen no longer burn physical books. They erase history in the cloud. Controlling information flows through surveillance and spectacle. Maharani's vision aligns uncannily with our present. Algorithmic authoritarianism, influencer propagandists, and commodification of thought. I would, however, like to believe that literature and culture defy and transcend algorithms. We can't wait to hear you, Soumikda. Once again, welcome to the acronym CDPD, Colloquy, Development and Policy Dialogue. Join us on our journey into the world of thought and creativity. Thank you so much.